table. And so I believe in my last video I showed you guys that I got the back of the table finished. Well, I took a few days off and I cleaned up my garage so I'd have more workspace. And in doing so, I had to move the table, and now it's cracked. The wood cracked through, and there's a crack going all the way down here. I've never made an epoxy table, so I don't know what the heck I'm supposed to do to fix it. So I think I'm going to start by gluing the wood back together, and then I talked to my husband about it, and he came up with the idea of just taking out, right, you can't even see what I'm doing, taking out right along here the clear epoxy. So I'm going to chisel that out, and then I'm going to, oh, but first I got to seal the back, because this son of a gun told you my tables don't want to be made. And this guy is giving me a lot of problems. So I got to seal this up because it goes all the way to right here. And then I think I'm going to use this epoxy glue I got. We'll seal that. We'll get the wood back together, hopefully. And I think I'm going to use the epoxy glue on that too, because it dries in 90 seconds. I think that's a good idea. And then we're going to chisel, more fun, right along the crack, and then fill in the crack, the colored part, with the same color, and then just fill in where we chiseled out with the clear epoxy, and then just put a flood coat, that's not even a word, a flood coat over the whole entire thing. So I told you guys these tables don't want to be made, but they are going to be made. It's not up to them, it's up to me. I don't care what they want. They can go jump off a bridge or a cliff or whatever. I don't care. I don't care. I just want it to work. So I'm going to grab my glue, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So I got my glue, and silly me, I threw out the packaging. So luckily I read it before I threw it out, and I believe it said to squirt equal amounts, mix it, and then use it. So got my gloves, got my little not toothpicks, popsicle sticks, and a plate, and I need my apron. So we're gonna, oh, this one's really fuzzy. I'm telling you, when you wash it with those, this one's really fuzzy. Oh well, when you wash it with those rags I was telling everyone about in another video, those rags are crap. I tried washing them again and they just disintegrate and get like tied around everything else. So we need to fix the wood. I think the wood right now is kind of the most important thing to fix. So well, this little thingy on my wrist doesn't want to let the gloves come over. I had this on because I woke up one morning and I couldn't move my wrist. It hurt really bad. And then it went away after like 2 days. And then it came back. I don't know what I did. But whatever I did, it wasn't good. So I'm assuming, well, how the heck does that come off? Maybe pliers. And beans, I rearranged the garage. I don't know where half of my stuff is anymore. Means I rearranged. I don't know where I put things. Well, I kind of do, but not really. So I think this just, oh, it just pops off. That was probably really stupid to use my pliers. And it stinks. This glue stinks. And you're supposed to squirt in equal parts of the resin and the hardener. It means I just dripped some in this little compartment over here. I'll just put it in another one. And I probably shouldn't put it on the table because I don't know if it's going to eat through the styrofoam plate. And I'm assuming this guy, I assumed right, pops right out. So, I think I need a bit. So we'll squirt equal amounts. It smells really bad. It smells really bad. I've smelled this scent before. Nails. When I learned how to do acrylic nails, that's what it smells like. It smells like the stuff you use to put on acrylic nails. I think. I don't know, but it smells really bad. And I got this tube of glue from, of course, Harbor Freight. I love Harbor Freight. And I think it was $2. I think. I'm not sure. I forget. Sometimes I go there and I buy too much stuff. And I don't know how much money I spend on what. So, I'm going to attempt to pry this bad boy apart. And mind you, when we found the crack, my 5-year-old said there was a scratch on it. And I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. Because I had sanded down the top. So I was like, a scratch's not going to do anything. We can just buff it out and sand it out. And I had to do it anyway. So my 12-year-old went over to look at it. And she said, Mom, it's cracked. So I went over to look at it. And all I could do was laugh. Because if I didn't laugh at the situation, I was going to cry. This is a lot of work. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Holy crap. Well. Oh, and it's hot. Oh, and it's on my table. Oh, no. Oh crap, it's hot. Oh. So, this stuff dries really fast. I was sitting here talking, and it's already pretty much dry. Where did that stick? The heck? Okay, so I'm going to shut my mouth. I'm going to hurry and mix it, get it on this wood, and then get it on the wood. And then we're going to hold, well, I'm going to hold, not we're going to hold. I'm going to try to hold this wood together so that it glues. Like, wow, when I say quick drying, I don't have time to explain anything. It really is quick drying. And it's hot. Like regular epoxy. I guess it is regular epoxy. Oh, now my hands are going to stick to my table. I tell you, you guys. My tables hate me. They do not like me at all. And I'm probably going to drip this crap all over the place, but you know what? At this point, I don't give a crap. I just want it to work. I don't know why my tables hate me. Like, they seriously hate me. Even though this is the first table that I really worked on, I think it does not like me much. Okay, so let's let that dry because I don't have time to fiddle with it and put it where else I need it. Whoa. So, we'll try. I think what's going to end up happening is I'm going to have to fill all this with some either Gorilla Glue or plastic wood. Or wood filler. I have to fill it with something. Oh, it's bubbling. That's nice. Yeah, it's going to have to be filled. And I don't have muscles like most people. I think my legs are stronger than my arms. So I'm just going to try to peel off this extra so when I go to set it down, it doesn't stick to my table. Because it will stick to my table. That would be my luck. And not this table. I need it to stick to this table. I don't want to stick it to this table. Because then this table is going to be glued to this table. It will not be a good time. Okay, so that is dry. I can't pry it apart anymore. And this is dry. Watch, I'll show you. I'd rather go on the floor, so we'll do that. And the styrofoam is hot. You can see, there's the glue, and there's the glue. It dried already. It bubbled on me, and then it dried on me. And I don't know if it's still hot. I don't know if it's because it's really hot outside. And it's not even that hot. This weekend, it was 100 and my car, I went out to the store, it said 111. And that, I think it was at 11 or 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Needless to say, it was hot. It was very hot. So, I don't know if I should worry about sealing this yet because, sorry, I talk to myself a lot. I don't know if I should seal this yet or if I should go ahead and fill in the wood. Because I'm going to have to fill in, the back looks like garbage. There's a piece of wood that's just like sticking up. And then the fronts and the side, I can sand that down and just put some what am I trying to say? Oh, Gorilla Glue. That'd probably be a good idea. And Gorilla Glue, if it'll go down in there, and then fake wood. It's like called plastic wood or something. I call it fake wood because that's what it is. They should just put fake wood. They call it plastic wood or wood pipe. I don't know where I put them. I have both, but I don't like the wood putty. The wood putty is ugly and it's really gritty and grainy. I don't like it. So I think I'll use plastic. So, I'll try to get this extra off real quick with my chisel. Because I noticed that when I sand stuff that has glue on it, the glue tends to just ball up in the sandpaper, and I don't want that. That's not a good time. So, excuse me, I'll just chisel all this extra glue off and hope I don't end up stabbing myself. Last time when we were chiseling the back, me and my daughter, the chisel flew from her hand and it hit my hand and it left a little V mark, which is kind of funny because her name's Violet, so she said, now I know who did it to me. I do. It was her. Oh, and just so I don't forget, because I did this for Hazel in another video, I had to mention that my 5-year-old Scarlett and my 7-year-old Hazel and my 12-year-old Violet, I guess I can count our 2-year-old Xander, I guess, if I have to. He didn't do nothing but cry like a, quite frankly, like a moron for no reason. But 2-year-olds are morons, so what do you expect? You don't expect anything less. And for those of you who are going to hate because I said kids are morons, take a look at your own. They're probably morons like mine. All kids are morons. No offense. It's just that way. They're not smart at that age. They're stupid. And they cry over the dumbest stuff. Anyway, make a long story short, they helped me clean my garage. So thank you to Violet, Hazel, Scarlett, and I guess I have to include them. Thank you, Xander. Thank you for helping me clean the garage and making it safer for me to work because the space that I had, I ended up hurting myself. Okay, so now that I got that out of the way, I am going to, I think maybe I should go ahead and seal the back. My hands are sweaty now that I was wearing those gloves. I think I'm going to go ahead and seal the back. I used way too much last time, so I don't think I need to use as much. I'll put my pretty little chisels off to the side. I love them. They're beautiful. I gotta name them. So my husband told me, because of everything that's going on, it's like, go get everything you need so that you don't have to keep going out, because it's not that safe. So, I went to Harbor Freight. Oh, and when I got my planer, I got an open box planer. It's a handheld planer. I got that from Harbor Freight. Also, I got that. It means it was open box. It was like $25, which I thought was a really good deal. And not to mention, no, I'm not sponsored by Harbor Freight. I just love Harbor Freight. I think they're awesome. Where was I going with that? Oh, he told me to get everything I need. And I had one chisel set that they were like really tiny. I think the biggest one was like this diameter. And I don't even think, not even. And this is a 1/2 inch. I think the biggest one I had was like a 1/4 inch. So that's really small, and sometimes you need something a lot bigger. So I got 2 more sets. I got one that, has shorter handles, and it came with 4 of them. And I figured because my kids like to come out here and help, they could use those ones. Excuse me. Because I like the pretty ones. I like the wooden handled ones. I think they're pretty. So I don't want them using my pretty ones. They can use my ugly ones. I don't mind that. They can help me. And our 2-year-old, I'm mad because when I went a few days before that, he likes to come out here. He likes to do everything that us girls do. Well, that he sees us girls in the family do. And he likes using my tools, but they're not safe for him. He's 2. So they had a workbench. It came with like little fake tools and stuff. It was a little kid workbench. And it was for $30, I think. I went back to get it for him so he wouldn't cry like a little crybaby like he is. And it was gone. It was gone. I was disappointed. So I have to wait and see if they get any more in, because he would really enjoy that. So I went to the dollar store near us after that, and they had a little itty bitty tool set, and he loved it. It came with like little nails and screws, and it came with foam so that you could put together, you could make like airplanes and cars and fire trucks and stuff like that. And he really likes it. He already broke his wrench though. I have to glue that for him back because he broke it. That's what kids do. You get them nice stuff and they break it. First day. Not all kids, because half of my kids are very respectful of their stuff that we get them. It's mostly the little ones because they don't understand the concept of money or their own strength. They don't understand that. Okay, so I got that all glued after I was babbled about kids being retards. Oh, I shouldn't use the word retards. About kids not being very smart. They're not. Shouldn't use retards. That's very rude. Very rude. It's not a nice word to use. So, I have the back of this glued. What I'm hoping is that this will seal. And it will seal enough for me to epoxy the front of it. That's what I'm hoping. I gotta put a little bit of pressure on this so that it glues down where I want it. So I'm going to let this finish drying. I'm going to find the rest of the stuff I need, and I'll be back in a couple minutes. Okay, so that glue did nothing at all. Like, absolutely nothing. I had to clean up the extra with acetone, which hopefully won't mess up the epoxy that I poured. But it certainly got the glue off. It did that job. So, guys, I don't know. I am at a loss of how to fix this table right now. I need to get this crack filled. I'm going to try one more thing before I just go and get a really, really, really thin piece of plywood from Home Depot and reinforce the bottom of it. I think that might work. If I get a piece of wood from Home Depot and then crazy glue. I wonder if crazy glue will work. I don't think I want to use that one. If I get super glue, same difference. But maybe I can get this down in the crack because the hole is a lot smaller, and maybe that might work. And then I can just push on it until it adheres. Maybe that might work. But I think this thing's gonna have to be reinforced anyway. That was my husband's idea. I didn't want to do it because I don't want my table to be ugly. But it might end up being a little ugly. On the bottom anyway. So I think if try to get this in the crack. Hopefully I don't get my fingers, because I am quite good at getting my fingers with glue. So I'll put on gloves. I'd rather it go on the gloves. Then the gloves can get stuck together instead of my fingers getting stuck together. So let's try this and just see if maybe, just maybe, it is my day. Which so far it hasn't been. It has not been my day. Hasn't been my day in a while, because my tables just hate me that much. I don't understand it. So if I can get it in the crack, as far as I can get it, hopefully that will do the job. Because I want it to go down in the crack instead of just sitting on top of the crack like the other one did. And I've never used that epoxy glue before, so I didn't know how that was going to work. And now that it's cracked, one side pops up a little more than the other, which is really disheartening, kind of. And I think it'd be warm enough for this to dry fairly quickly. I don't know. Keep away from children, well, no kidding. Read outer package, I don't have that anymore because I threw it away. It looks like it's drying. So I'll sit here like this for a minute and see if this maybe did the trick. Because I was watching a video and someone was using super glue to fill in the little holes on their epoxy table. And they said all that super glue is, and I should go back and Google this. They said all that super glue really is epoxy. I don't know how true that is, but I think I need to find out. I didn't get it far enough over. So push it down a little bit more, and hopefully when I reinforce this with the wood on the back, it will kind of make it so that they meet up again, the two sides, because one's just like not even like a 1/16 of an inch. It's like not even a centimeter higher than the other side. That's ugly. I don't want that. I don't like that. And the sooner this stuff dries, the sooner I can flip it over. And I have this wood filler, which, like I said, I really don't like. It's kind of gritty. And then I have the plastic wood. I like this one. I've used this one. I actually used it on this table, but then I ended up sanding it and it's gone. It's not even in the spot I had it in. The only thing other than this that I can think of would be epoxy. To take a paintbrush and brush the back of it with epoxy. Which is too hot for me to do that right now. It's hot outside. It was 84 when I came out and it didn't feel bad. Out here, it's definitely hotter. I'm sweating. And I think I need to go to Home Depot today and get some wood to reinforce this. And then I think tomorrow I can spend my time trying to epoxy it. Let me tell you, this broke my little heart. Made me really sad that this thing broke. And it's still wet. And I'll be right back. I'm going to put my dog up because she doesn't know how to behave. She likes to bark at any and everything. And I'll be back. So, I got the back. The super glue is going to have to work for now. So what I want to do is fill in right here and along here with some kind of wood filler. And I have the stainable wood filler and the plastic wood. And I don't know which one I want to use. So I think, and I'm going to have to sand this wood down a little bit because it's now ugly from the glue. It doesn't look pretty anymore. And it's probably going to look ugly with this wood filler in it. I'm try to push the glue down in there. I'm going to try to get it so that some of it doesn't want to come out. The back, I think I'm going to have to wait until I sand. But I can at least get right here and right here. So, this stuff, most shallow repairs will dry within 2 hours. For deeper holes, fill in layers a quarter inch at a time, which may require 2 to 6 hours to dry. That's always nice. So we'll use this ugly stuff and see. And it says to shove it down in there with the putty knife. Oh, and that was too much. Shove it down in with a putty knife. It's probably not smart to put it on my hand. So we'll try to shove it down in. And I don't want it all over the epoxy. So let's try it. And it says to leave a little on the outside for sanding purposes, I suppose. And it keeps getting on my epoxy. And while this dries, I'm going to start to chisel. I'm going to start to chisel around. I got this glue all over now. It's like stuck. If it's epoxy glue, it doesn't adhere to epoxy very well. It's kind of strange. But, whatever. Figure it out as I go. I noticed I have to do a lot of figuring out as I go. means my research I do. Oh, I'm getting wood filler in my face. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry. It just flew at me. I don't know where it went. I'm gonna let that dry, and we're gonna start to chisel I think this wood filler actually, I'll clean that later. Okay, I'm done with that. Done with this. Didn't even use that. I was saying something about wood filler, but I don't remember what it was. So, we are going to start to chisel. I'm going to go from this side all the way to here. I think it'd be easier for me. This hurts my heart, guys. It really does. It really hurts my heart having to do this. This could actually take a while. But I'm thinking if I chisel it down to the color, I'll be able to fill in the color with color and then just re-pour in this area with the clear. This may be a really bad idea. Maybe. I don't know yet. Never done it before. So we'll see. Because this could be a really poor idea. But I gotta fix it somehow. And it's not gonna fix itself. Oh. Well, that sucks. Poor guy. Messing up my hand. And it's actually, I think, maybe I should use a razor blade, but I don't know where I put mine. I don't know. Oh, yeah, I do. I have two in here somewhere. Oh. Now I'm dropping stuff. I'm going to use a box cutter first and kind of make an outline, because this guy, and I probably should not be able to do this. This epoxy I got was like really weird. I probably shouldn't be able to do this to it. Oh, this hurts me. This really hurts me. So, I'm going to use this guy and make a guide to the edge, because that's where I want it to go. And like like I said, this could possibly be a really bad idea. But what other choice do I have? Bad ideas sometimes turn into good ideas. And never cut towards yourself. That's just retarded. It's dumb. Don't do it. I'm doing it because I don't got big old strong muscles that can cut away from me. So that's why I'm doing it. But don't cut towards yourself. That's not smart. I know better than that, but I'm choosing to do it anyway. So, put it within the line I made. And I'm probably not going to stay within that line all the way, which I think is okay. I think it's okay. So, this is going to take me a little while. Every single thing I've done with this table has taken me a while. This table did not make life easy for me. At all. Okay, so I'm going to go and chisel out the rest of this. I'm not going to be able to pour the epoxy today. It's way too hot. And the air quality is poor. So I shouldn't even be outside right now, but I don't care. I want to get this done. It's been forever. I've been working on this table for like a month. And I don't want to move on until I have it finished. A month is a really long time to work on something that just does not want to cooperate with you. It really, truly is. So, I'm going to go and get this out, and then I'll be back to show you what it looks like when I'm finished, and that will probably be it for today. Because nothing else I can really do to it. So I'll be back in just a little bit. Okay, I'm back. And this was really strange. So the top layer was really hard, but underneath jiggly like jello. So I don't know if this is going to work, but this is what I got. This right here. I really don't know if it's going to work. Probably not. And then I'm going to have to go to plan B. And I don't want to go to plan B. So I'm not even going to tell you guys what plan B is yet because I don't want to go there. So it's jello-y in here. It's hard right here. It's hard right here. And jello-y all along there. So I'm going to let everything dry. Because this, oh, the wood color is dry. I can sand that down real quick and see how it looks. I can find my sander. Like I said, I moved all my stuff. And I don't know where I put half of it. I think I'm going to use 40. Oh, 60. Yeah, we'll try 100 grit. And we'll sand this down, at least see if this looks okay. Because I don't know how this is going to turn out. This just didn't work as planned, and I'm pretty sure there was probably a much better way to do this, but I don't know what it is. I couldn't find the answer to it, so we'll just try my way and see if my way will work. I think the wood filler looks okay. I don't think it looks terrible. I don't know if you can see it. It's right, I don't know if I can see it. It's right here. So it kind of actually looks like the wood, which is a good thing. And then we're going to do the side. I'm making a mess. The side looks alright. So, while I'm at it, before I finish for the day, I might as well get, I don't know if you guys can see, this little piece of wood that's just like sticking out, and now it has the epoxy glue underneath it. So, I'll try to sand that down real quick, because it's ugly. And I'm actually pretty happy with the results of my wood. Now, it doesn't even look like it was broken. To be quite honest, I think it looks pretty darn good. So that's the wood on the front. The side, along the side looks the same. Where is it? It's like right here. Shouldn't be resting the table on my baby. And the front looks pretty good. It's all nice and smooth, and it looks pretty good. I am pleased with that. So now the hard part is going to be figuring out this epoxy. I, for the life of me, don't know how this even happened in the first place. And I don't know how I'm going to fix it. But figure it out. I have to, because that is a waste of money. And people don't like to waste money. At least not people that don't have a lot of it. And I actually see another crack right along here that I'm going to shove. And I don't know where that one came out of. That's the one that came when I did the mold. So you know what's pretty weird? if this one came when I did the mold, then where does this other one come from? Because only one, when I took it off the mold, there was only this one. And I don't know where the heck this table got the nerve to come up with another crack out of nowhere. This makes no sense to me. So I'm going to glue that and see if I can get it down in there a little bit with this putty knife. Probably not. Probably not going to work. Might a little bit. If not, I can put some super glue, like squirt it in there, and then probably squirt it in there, and then some wood filler on top, and see if that works. This was really stupid of me, wiping glue on a rag. That's not a smart thing to do. But at the point I'm at, nothing I do from here on out. See, I'm nice to these animals and let them come and hang out with me. And they run to the front of our house to go bark at God knows what. I don't even know. Yin! And then they don't listen. Worthless, I tell you. They're worthless. Worthless animals. I recommend not having little itty bitty dogs that look like rats. I recommend getting big dogs. I don't think that, no, that's not true. Our big dog, our medium dog, she's pretty stupid. And our big dog has been hanging out with the small dogs and the medium dog, and she's gotten kind of stupid too, so I guess it just depends on your dog. Ours just are brain dead. And they have no common sense. They know they do stuff that makes people mad, and they just do it anyway. So, I recommend getting pigs. Pigs are nice pets. My pigs are amazing. They don't give me any trouble. So I filled in this crap that I don't even know where this one came out of. It came from nowhere. No, this one came from the mold. This one came from nowhere. I filled that in, and I guess the best we can do is wait and see until tomorrow. I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to figure out how to fill this crack in, and hope, cross my fingers, both sides, and my toes even if I can't, hope that this makes it look a little bit better. So until tomorrow, everyone have a nice Labor Day, and I'll see you later.